You ready to get to work?
Hey guys. Well, I don't know if it's the heat or if I messed up the camera or whatnot, but all the footage that I tried to record of making this panel right here didn't make it. So I'm just going to show you what I did and explain why I did it. Let me grab something real quick. This probably looks familiar. This is roughly the shape of the inset bezel on your rear tailgate of your XJs, at least 97 through 2001. It looks similar to a product put out by a popular manufacturer, except that one's made with metal. This is a solid piece. It doesn't have molly panel pattern on it, but this is going to be a cargo panel. I've also made a panel out of this material for the back cargo area cubby, and this is the pattern that I used for this. This is a foam board, just that you can get at local Wally World or whatnot, and I just measured out the spaces that I wanted to cover and transferred it to this foam board. This was pretty easy to do. I say pretty easy to do. It was more of a pain in the butt than I expected it. But this one, the foam board is only 30 inches long, so it's not going to be the full length of your back here. But as long as you get more than half of it, you can take this, and I think it's actually beneficial to have this curve also. You can take that and then you flip it over, and if everything's symmetrical, everything should work fine. So that's what I did. So those are the materials to make the templates. I'm holding on to these just in case for some reason I have to replace this. This is a 1/4 inch thick plywood panel, finished panel, that I picked up from the big box store. These are lathe truss Phillips self-drilling number 8 1¼ inch screws. The key point being self-drilling, and that the surface that's going to flush up is flat. You don't want a taper countersink type thing going on. Anyway, so that's 1¼ inch and 1/2 inch spacer. This is a 1/2 inch by 0.194 by 1/2 nylon spacer. This, all picked up at the local big box store for less than $30. And that's the reason why I'm doing this rather than purchasing cargo panels from the before mentioned manufacturer, who I have no gripe with. I absolutely love their products. I do. I love their products. I think they're innovative. I think they're great. I think they look great. Everything. But this costs less than $30. And that plus a little bit of time invested, and I have no reason to believe that this panel is not going to be strong enough to hold the materials that you mount on the inside of your tailgate. You don't put heavy stuff on the inside of the tailgate, even with that other product. First aid kit, flashlight, emergency flares, all light stuff. There's no reason this can't handle that. This hasn't been easy. Again, solid pattern here, but once I mount this and make sure that everything lines up right and it looks the way I want it to, then I'm going to come back and put the molly pattern in. That's going to take a long time. That's why I'm doing it this way. The one for the side cubby is already mounted in the Jeep. I may end up keeping that without the molly pattern. No, it's good. This can be painted, it can be stained, you can do whatever you want with it. The thing is, I believe it's going to be just as effective as that other product, and again, $30. And the other one might be easier. It might just be easier to order, come in, throw your screws and spacers on, line it up, drill them in, and go. But I'm not. Part of the reason why you do DIY stuff is to save money, right? And I don't have thousands and thousands of dollars to throw around. And I've talked to you guys about what I have planned to do with the Jeep. And when a lift kit, not a crazy lift kit, a lift kit, a good lift kit, costs $1,500. A rear bumper with tire carrier costs $1,500. A front bumper, not even a winch bumper, front bumper, $1,200. Roof rack, $800. It adds up. Plus all the other little things you got to do, you know, all the regular maintenance stuff. I say finish that interior project. That thing was a nightmare. And I went through that nightmare to save money. Now, did it all work out? Not really. Headliner did not work, no matter what I tried. Headliner did not work. Sound deadener worked great. The new-ish seats that I got, they're great. But, again, I'd rather spend the time doing it and save a little bit of money than the other. I'm not one of these guys that just goes around and throws thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into my Jeep. It's a daily driver, weekend warrior type thing. I want to make sure it runs good. It doesn't do me any good how nice it looks, what gear and all this kind of stuff I've got on if it doesn't run. So the mechanical part is the big thing. So doing a project like this, while it's taking longer, it's frustrating at times, it's doing it like this, it's still, every bit of it is going to be worth more than paying what I would have had to pay for this and its matching rear cubby molly panel. I'm talking about $200, over $200, $30, dude. Anyway, if you guys got any questions, just throw it in the comments. I'm sorry that I lost the footage of cutting all this out and sand. All I did was cut it out. I mean, I laid the pattern, cut it out, sanded the edges again. And this isn't perfect. I can see spots where it's not perfect, but I also know it's like there's enough wiggle room that it's not going to be that big of a deal. And I drilled the holes for where the screws are going to mount. But if you got any questions, just leave them in the comments. I'll get back to you. And again, sorry I lost the footage. I hope you liked the video. If you do, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, share the video if you think somebody might get some useful information out of it, and leave comments. And we'll get back to it. I'll try to get a video, I'll try to get a video of what how the interior turned out, and I'll show you guys how that headliner did not stand up to even 3 days worth of heat cycles. So we'll do that here shortly. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always, always be safe. And guys, I will see you on the other side. But until then, I should go.